Good Saturday morning. Oh, look, it's staying to me here. Do you know, I can't do a thing with it. Right. What are we going to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about the Saturday morning beasting session. Woohoo! No, we're not. Something crossed my mind. And that is to say that I believe that today, or should we say this period in time, look at state of the difference there. This period in time, we're a very weak and needy society. Social media is scaring the planet. Allow me to explain. As I take a couple of breaths in between each sentence. If our grandparents had been part of this COVID bug war, the only way that they would have found out about it was through newspapers or the radio. Newspapers every day, radio all the time. But that's the only way they would have found out about it. There wouldn't have been any stupid social media posts. There wouldn't have been scaremongering with the newspapers online. There wouldn't have been the daily broadcast of the COVID-19. We wouldn't have found out about people going to Barnard Castle for eye tests. They'd have just got on with it. They'd have overcome it. If they'd been through the Second World War, this would have been nothing in comparison. And to give you an idea, the people are storing up, or have been, maybe not so much now, but storing up the toilet paper and the breads and all the rest of it. I remember as a young kid going to my grandparents in Crook, C-R-O-O-K, in County Durham. And for Sunday tea, they would sometimes just have boiled onion with salt and pepper and brown bread and butter. That was our evening meal. Did us no harm whatsoever. Nothing. And now people are talking about, oh, I need a Kentucky. I need a McDonald's. I need a Costa feckin' Fortune coffee. Yesterday I went across to Buttermere on the bike. And normally being over there before this happened, I would have then gone to a tea room, had a scone or a cake and a cup of tea. But my mindset has been changing during this 10 weeks. I don't need to stop for a cake. Alright, a cup of tea, but I'm taking bottles of water. But I don't need a slice of cake or a scone. Because back in the day, didn't have things like that really. And it makes me wonder why we have become such a needy society. Everything we need it now. Queues outside these fast food restaurants. Bloody beggars belief, man. Hard-earned money. Hard-earned money. Just to eat something. And to make somebody else rich. When you could have taken a small packed lunch perhaps. Or an apple and a banana. There are alternatives. And you also won't be filling your body full of fats and sugars. Something worth thinking about. Even in my parents' day, it would have been the same. You know, in the 60s and 70s, and for that matter in the 80s, I can't remember ever going to a tea room on a day out. Just something you just didn't do, didn't have the money. But these days we want everything now, don't we? You don't want to put the effort in. I took a photograph of myself yesterday, and even I got a shock when I saw it later, just how much thinner I am now than I was 10 weeks ago. But I didn't just get on this, do half an hour, and the weight lost off me. It's taken an hour and a half to 2 hours every day on this, watching what I'm eating, reprogramming your mind, and your body for that matter. But since I've stopped eating crap, I'm not itching anymore. I used to itch like mad. So much so, I was on 180 milligram antihistamine. 180 milligram antihistamine. I'm not on them anymore. The loss in weight, or the losing of weight, my blood pressure has come down to normal. 120/80. My motorcycle gear, well, even yesterday's was baggy, and that used to be tight as a drum. So it makes you feel better. Riding the bike, I feel fantastic. Going past a shop that's got mirrors, or windows should I say, and you can see yourself mirrored in them. And I'm thinking, who's that skinny bugger on that bike? And it's me. Lockdown has been horrible. But I'll tell you now, it's had a revelation for me. I've changed the way that I eat. And at thundering towards 62, and doing this for an hour and a half, 2 hours every day, it's changed my mindset for the better. Depends on what you want out of life, doesn't it? Depends on what you want to gain. But when I say I've changed my diet, I've had no chocolate in my fridge for weeks. I've had no cake for weeks. I'm actually finding that I'm putting too much insulin in, because I'm diabetic, insulin dependent. I'm putting half of what I would normally put in for a meal, and I'm still hypoing at the other side. After a couple of hours, my blood sugar's going too low. So that's a great thing, health-wise, to realise your body is changing for the better. But we have to stop this needy society. You don't need any of the crap. You don't need to buy food in from a pub for Sunday lunch. I realise it's nice to do. Of course it is. Oh, shall we go out for lunch? Instead of cooking. I realise that. But look at how much you're spending if you do these takeaways. You really don't. So the message from today is, how could you change your mindset? How could you change your diet? How could you increase your fitness? Perhaps you don't want to, that's your choice. But if you're thinking about it, just do it. It'll be hard, of course it will. Nothing is easy in this life. Absolutely nothing. Never has been. Never will be. So don't ever consider it's going to be. So until the next time, with my white legs and my red face, bye bye for now.